All right, I'm at the Northeast Bible Church Disc Golf Course. It's a 9-hole course on a church property. Sun's starting to go down, so I decided to play a bit of a shorter course. I've never been here before, but we'll see how it goes. We have a little T sign that does show the whole layout. It's not the best looking sign I've seen, a little bit hard to read, and then it's also got the rules. So we'll see how this rates compared to other disc golf courses in San Antonio. Looking at the T sign on hole one, it's actually pretty good. It's got the OB marks, it's got the distances, the par, and it's a lot better quality than many other courses I've seen around the area. So off to a good start there. Hole one is a 225-foot par three. Excuse any road noise. It is right next to a major road here. It looks like you got a good little flex forehand line up the middle here. Not a bad little technical par three start. I'm going to go with a horny toad. Okay, that's a little right, but it should be putting, I think. Off to a pretty good start for a small course. The tee pad is a little small and made out of pavers, but I imagine most of the holes are going to be playing around that 200-foot mark. So you really don't need much of a run up. So I think that's just fine for a course like this. Wow, the OB is not far from the basket at all. If you go about 5 feet deep, your OB. If you see my disc, it's straddling the line, so it's just in bounds. I'm going to take my meter in and then hopefully make a putt to start off with a birdie. All right, one down through one. Basket looks like it's in great shape. I don't know how old the course is. This is a DGA Mach 2. It's got nice signage that it looks like it's got the church symbol on it and everything. I like that a lot. Not bad. Not like a pro-like basket, but it's very serviceable. So off to a hot start. I was a little concerned at first when I saw the first hole on UDisc because it looked like there wasn't going to be a line, but that actually was a pretty neat little hole. Navigating to hole two, I did have to check UDisc. There's no signage pointing to the next hole, which could be nice on a course like this, but pretty easy to navigate if you have UDisc. We are already getting more distance than expected. Hole two plays 331 feet down this hill, tucked in behind those trees there. Looks like a flex forehand will play really well, or you could get risky and try to go for a hyzer through that gap. I'm going to go with a chupacabra on a forehand. Didn't turn it quite enough, but that should be, got knocked down by a tree. Should be an easy three. All right, I've got like 50 or 60 feet to the basket. I'm just going to chip up a horny toad and take my par. A little trickier than I first thought. Yeah. All right. That's pretty much parked. Honestly, the area is bigger than what it looks off the road. And once you get off that first tee, it's not bad out here. They're doing some maintenance, so there's a little bit of noise from that. But other than that, it's kind of like a nice little park feel. All right. Easy tap in here for the par. One down through two. Hole three is 271 feet, which the tee signs so far have been spot on. So that's nice to have in a course. You've got a forehand gap that you could go through here and just try to spike into the hill. Or you could even go with like a low hyzer and try to skip over by the basket. I like that it gives you some options here. I'm going to go with my chupacabra here and just throw like a very easy flex forehand, challenging the ceiling a bit here. I like that. That was about what I wanted. Yeah, parked. All right, so that should be able to move me to 2 down through 3. I love the use of this retaining wall to make for a challenging green. I happen to put it right at the top, but if you go long or short, it would leave you a bit of a challenging putt. So great design there with that. All right. Very nice. I've been pleasantly surprised through 3 holes. Hopefully the last 6 holes are just as good. Hole 4 is 209 feet. I didn't double check it with a rangefinder because the first 3 have been spot on. It gives you 2 fairways. You go with a forehand or you can go with a low backhand. So I like that it gives you a couple options off the tee. This tee sign had been broken off and fell on the ground, so I just set it back up there. I'd like to think that that's an accident, but hopefully it's not someone vandalizing the course. I'm going to go with the horny toad forehand again. That looks like a good line. Whew. All right, that should leave me like a 20-footer for the birdie putt. As I suspected, I'm at about 20 feet here. There we go. So these baskets have some pretty significant gaps between the chains where you could hit the pole, but for some reason they feel big to me, which I like as a bad putter. The basket's just giving me a little bit more confidence right now, but they do look prone to like a spit out if you hit too hard on the pole. Hole 5 is a 360-foot par 3. They've got this tight gap here. I haven't thrown the shot yet, but I can already tell you I wish this smaller tree next to the big tree weren't here to open it up a little bit. The way it is, it really forces a hyzer flip. So I'm going to go with a lariat here and see if I can hit the gap here. I hit the gap. It's flipping up. I'm going to be a little bit short, but I'll have a putt from there. That gap is really intimidating. Without this, even just the top part of that, trim it down, it would open up the gap to be pretty fair and let you throw something flat out there. I can definitely tell whoever was the course designer here had played some disc golf before and wasn't just like, oh, this is going to be a fun church activity. Because sometimes when you play these 9-hole church courses, a 360-foot hole might be labeled as a par 4 or par 5, whereas here, it's just a good challenging par 3. I like it. As I'm walking this fairway, it is definitely more uphill than it seems off the tee. So really, this might even be a distance driver hole for a lot of people. So not bad. It's a very protected green here where you really have to get pin high or deep of it to have a look. I'm here at probably 40, 45 feet short, and all I've got is a little pitch up. Maybe I could try to get something to sneak through this tree here. Now, just taking a par and moving on. Not bad. Other than that tree right there by the tee, I think that's a beautiful hole. Yeah, it's a nice green, some beautiful trees. Gives this hole some real character here. All right, I think I'm 3 down through 5. Hole 6 is a pretty cool little island hole. There looks like there is the parking lot as well as walking paths that make an island. And then there's a drop zone here on the smaller island in between the parking lot there. I'm going to go with a chupacabra on a spike hyzer. And really anything that makes an island here, I'll be pretty happy with. Looks like I could go with a forehand that skips off the road or a backhand. I might do both just for the fun of it. There's the backhand. I should be on the island up there. I'm going to go ahead and throw a forehand too, just for the fun of it. All right, got a Lone Star Disc spur here for the forehand. Well, both are on the island. That's a fun little shot there. All right, I ended up probably just outside circle 1 here, probably a 45-footer. I just spoke with someone out here cleaning up the course and was told that this was put in a year or 2 ago as a Boy Scout project for the Eagle Scout badge. So whoever you are that put this in, good work. It's very well designed through 6 holes. All right, let's see if I can make this putt here. Come on, stay up. Oh, just low. Definitely could go with a lower hyzer through there and try to skip it in rather than the high line next time. All right, easy tapping for the par here. All right, 3 under through 6. Man, I'm still just pleasantly surprised. All right, 3 holes to go. All right, I'm on hole 7. It's another island with a drop zone off here to the left. We've got 283 feet. Just got to clear this parking lot and fade out over there near the basket. Gonna go with the Chupacabra. Oh, it's turned over. Oh no. It's skipping. It made it back in bounds, but it's very deep. Turn that one over a bit. There was a little bit more headwind there than I anticipated. Definitely turned over that forehand. Looks like I'm at about maybe 70 or 80 feet. Maybe I can make a long putt. This would be a fantastic make if I can do this. Come on, stay up. Oh. All right. I'm not upset with that bid from 80. Dead center on the pole. All right. 2 to go. Hole 8 is 207 feet. Pretty much straight in front of you, but there's all these beautiful kind of curvy trees everywhere. The light coming through. This is a really beautiful hole here. The road is over there, which isn't quite ideal, but this is really nice. I'm going to go with a horny toad out here and just try to throw it flat and let it finish near the basket. Get a little skip. That's a putt. It looked like I was much further away off the tee, but it really is only like a 20, 25 foot putt here. Got a couple obstacles in the way, but it's very makeable. Little headwind coming at me. I think I'm blocking the camera, but it'll be all right. I tried to make it where you could see it. All right. Good putt. Very nice. All right, the final hole is a 264-foot par 3. It looks like it plays like an island like some of the other ones, but there's no drop zone on this one. It does give you the option to hyzer and play to the left side of the road and go across on your second if you want. I'm going to go with a Lone Star Disc Walker and see if I can get close to the ace and hopefully get a 2. Just going to throw this on hyzer just inside that light pole and going in by the stop sign. I don't dislike that. All right, that should be right inside circle 1. All right, I end up leaving myself right at circle's edge here for a birdie on the last hole. See what I can do here. Stay up. Oh. I thought that was in. Tapping for the par, though. All right, so that's it for Northeast Bible Church here. Honestly, I was very impressed with the layout. A lot of these 9-hole church courses leave a lot to be desired, but this one had good, challenging shots, had a little bit of distance on a few of the holes. I was pleasantly surprised. Before I get into the ratings for Northeast Bible Church, I'm just going to preface it with saying I was very surprised with the overall experience I had at this course. Previously, when I've gone to some of these 9-hole courses, short courses, the ones often found at churches, they usually are dirt tee pads, everything under 200 feet. So it was a pleasant surprise. Jumping right into it though, let's get into the beauty score. For the course, I have it rated as a 4 out of 10 on beauty. Although it does have some really nice trees and a couple areas that are pretty beautiful, the overall course backs up to a neighborhood. There is the church there. And then
I got to play it in a time where it was completely empty. I'm sure at a time where there's more of a crowd, there's a lot more cars in the way, there's parking lots. But overall, not terrible, but not great. 4 out of 10. When it comes to course design, I have it rated a 7 out of 10. The property itself had some limitations as to how much you could do with it, but honestly, they made a solid 9-hole disc golf course there. They had more distance than I would have expected on such a small property. They had shots that had multiple fairways, they had island holes. Honestly, it was a very enjoyable experience, and I don't think I could have designed a better course on the property. So 7 out of 10 there, with the only limitation being the space they had. When it comes to how much fun I had playing the course, I also have that rated a 7 out of 10. I don't know if it is because I went in with low expectations, but honestly, every time I stepped up to the tee, I was excited to see what they were going to be able to do with the space they had. It had a good mix. You can throw forehands, backhands. There's a couple shots where you can really throw pretty good distance. The 360-foot uphill shot. You've got to shape a shot with some power. So I think they did an awesome job, and I had a great amount of fun playing the course. When it comes to the overall quality of the course, I have it rated a 6 out of 10. The overall course map is decent, not great, but the individual tee signs are really good. They were spot on with the accuracy of the distance, which is somewhat rare, I think, in most cases. The tee pads they're fine. They're nothing special, but they're pretty good. The baskets are a good mid-tier basket. They're not high-end baskets, but they're also not ones that are going to spit out every chance you get. So overall quality is pretty solid, 6 out of 10. With those 4 categories combined, that brings the score for Northeast Bible Church to a 6 out of 10. For a 9-hole course on a small property, I think that is fantastic. And honestly, I would go back to play it again. It's about a 50-minute drive for me to get there. So I don't think I would go to only play that course. But if I were going to play other courses in the area, I would definitely swing by and take 45 minutes to an hour to go play that course. If you have any recommendations on which course I should go play next, leave me a comment and like and subscribe to follow the series.